It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon, folks. We are 1 week away from Christmas. We hope you and your family are staying safe as we continue to fight this coronavirus pandemic and prepare for the Christmas holiday. 1 week away from today. On our daily community briefing today, 6 new COVID-related deaths in Madison County. We'll tell you about that, plus the latest testing sites. Senator Mitch McConnell praises the efficacy of the vaccine and plans to get his own. A wanted Madison County man taken into custody, plus Richmond Parks and Rec weighs in on a successful event that they had earlier this week known as Santa Express. That and so much more coming up right now on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9. I'm Michael Watkins, folks, and our newscast today is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop's service your mower. They are located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, vegetables, and locally produced meats, and they are located at 70 River Drive in Irvine. The Madison County Health Department has been notified of 6 new COVID-19 related deaths for now a total of 25 COVID-19 related deaths to date for Madison County since the start of the pandemic. The health department reports that the state and the counties are being thorough in gathering all the necessary records in order to be accurate in releasing any information. However, they add that this is thorough, multi-organizational process takes time and while these deaths were reported on one day, it does not mean they all occurred on the same day. Looking at some of the numbers for Madison County, 52 new cases were reported yesterday. Now 952 active cases in Madison County. And our average daily cases per 100,000 population, that daily COVID-19 current incidence rate, today Madison County sits at 71.4. And that is an increase of from 70.8 yesterday. So Madison County jumping up to 70.8 to 71.4 from 70.8. Other counties surrounding us here, Rockcastle County's current incidence rate is 56.5, Garrett County at 61.5, Jessamine County at 49.6. Fayette County continues to go down in that red category to 55.4. Clark County at 37.8, Jackson County at 52.5, and Estill County a slight increase from 48.6 yesterday. Today, their number is 51.6. Looking at some of the other counties here in the state of Kentucky, there are 3 counties in the orange. Lewis County now with the lowest current incidence rate. Their current incidence rate today is 18.3. Menifee County at 19.8 and Ballard at 19.9. So the numbers across the state continuing to kind of plateau. That's one thing that Governor Beshear has continued to talk about. But Menifee County, Lewis County, and Ballard County, the only 3 counties in the orange. Some of the higher numbers across the state today as we head into the weekend. Mercer County at 159.6, Boyle County at 113.6, Cumberland at 92.9, Clinton County at 151, and McCreary at 200.6. Harlan County also up there at the high number at 119.7. That's just some of the other numbers across the state. As always, we deliver the briefing report from the governor, and WBON TV's Ron Likens has that for us in 2 minutes or less.
During yesterday's COVID-19 update, the governor talked about the COVID-19 vaccine and a program that will educate the public about the importance of getting the shot when it becomes available.
So today we are also starting our vaccine campaign. so that we can provide information to Kentuckians and build their confidence in these amazing vaccines. Our goal for the campaign is to remind Kentuckians that no one likes the idea of getting a shot, but shots are just a small fact of life. Why? And this little shot does more than keep you from getting sick. It gets folks back to work. It gets your kids back in school. It gets our economy up and running again. It's the road to getting back to so many things that we enjoy. It's a shot of relief. It's a shot of hope.
Yesterday, the governor reported 3,349 new cases of COVID-19. As of Thursday, 1,817 Kentuckians are hospitalized, 431 which are in ICU, and 254 which remain on a ventilator. Beshear also announced 54 new coronavirus-related deaths, a new daily high. From the Channel 9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron. Even though the semester is over for EKU, they have continued to update their numbers. There have been 476 total cases on campus, 180 coming from residential students, 222 from non-residential students, 61 employees, and 13 from the other category. There are now only 7 active cases within the university. 469 have already recovered. If you or someone you know has some symptoms of COVID-19, plenty of places to go here in Madison County, but one that we have been continuing to tell you about is the White House Clinics offering up free community drive-up COVID-19 testing. Today is the last day of the week to go get that over at the Richmond White House Clinics until 5:30 and the Lancaster-Garrett County Health Department until 5 p.m. There is no out-of-pocket cost. They just ask you to bring a photo ID and insurance card if you have one. No appointment is necessary, and there is testing available for all ages. Well, Mitch McConnell says Kentuckians and all Americans should accept the COVID-19 vaccine. The only way to beat this pandemic is for us to follow the advice of our nation's healthcare professionals, get vaccinated, and continue to follow CDC guidelines. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell issued the following statement today regarding the COVID-19 vaccine. Since last spring, following health guidelines, I have advocated mask wearing, social distancing, and other best practices. Because of the health professionals at the FDA, Operation Warp Speed, and provisions of the CARES Act that I was proud to get signed into law, we now have a vaccine that is ready for use. But I am disappointed to see early public sentiment that shows some hesitation toward receiving a vaccine. A recent Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs poll shows about a quarter of the U.S. adults aren't sure if they want to get vaccinated against the coronavirus. Roughly another quarter say they won't. It is concerning that half of Americans feel this way. The only way to beat this pandemic is for us to follow the advice of our nation's healthcare professionals, get vaccinated, and continue to follow CDC guidelines. As a polio survivor, I know both the fear of a disease and the extraordinary promise of hope that vaccines bring. I truly hope all Kentuckians and Americans will heed this advice and accept this safe and effective vaccine. Because of government continuing requirements, I have been informed by the Office of the Attending Physician that I am eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine, which I will accept in the coming days. Even with a vaccine, I will continue following CDC guidelines by wearing a mask, practicing social distancing, and washing my hands frequently. I would strongly encourage everyone to continue following these important guidelines. It is the only way we will defeat COVID-19 once and for all. That's coming from Senator Mitch McConnell. And we appreciate everything that's been going on as the vaccine has been making its way through the state of Kentucky and across the nation as well. It's now time for our first commercial break, folks. We appreciate you being with us here on this Friday edition. When we come back, we'll have an update on Larry Combs, the first district magistrate, as an update has come available from Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor. We'll have that for you. Plus, Marissa Hempel spoke to Aaron Moore, the director of Parks and Rec in Richmond, about the successful event called Santa Express, which took place earlier this week. That's coming your way next on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON-TV Channel 9.
Davison Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davison Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davison Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisonpowellfuneralhome.com. Davison Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
The Habitat Restores of Clark and Madison County are back open and accepting donations at both locations. The donations help to build homes for someone in need in your community. If you'd like to schedule a pickup, just contact the store closest to you. Donate, shop, or volunteer with the Habitat for Humanity of Clark and Madison County.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small 2-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond. We are Back on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote, WBON TV, Channel 9. Brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Let Bluegrass Marble and Granite take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. We're also brought to you by Davison Powell Funeral Home in Berea. They have the best aftercare in the business when every detail counts. Remember, Davison Powell Funeral Home and always growing children's resale store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they will buy your children's gently worn clothes. Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor spoke for the fiscal court Tuesday in order to express concern for 1st District Magistrate Larry Combs, who Taylor said has been unable to attend the virtual court meetings due to ongoing health issues. Larry has been in the hospital for about 3 weeks now, Taylor reported. I've been in communication with him through his daughter. He's been struggling, and he appreciates everyone's prayers and support very much. I know that's what he would have wanted me to let everybody know. Magistrate John Tudor said a prayer for Combs in Tuesday's meeting before the usual pre-meeting prayer, saying that Larry needs prayers right now, and he would look forward to him coming back and being with us as soon as possible. Richmond Parks and Recreation made sure to spread holiday cheer all across Richmond earlier this week with their COVID-modified Santa Express event. Santa came by in his Mustang to wave and say hello to children and families on both the east and west sides of town earlier this week. To hear about the event and how everything went off, Aaron Moore spoke to Marissa Hempel. Here's the interview with the Director of Parks and Rec.
So Santa Express was a little different this year. We had to switch things up, obviously, because of COVID, but it seems to be a success. So why don't you kind of tell us about how the event went, because it did span 2 different nights.
So the Santa Express this year was different in the sense that we actually took Santa to the citizens of Richmond, and it was so much fun. There were people of all ages who enjoyed seeing the police officers and Santa, the mayor, and the fire department as they went through their neighborhoods and their streets. And people just came together as a community to celebrate Christmas in a different way this year.
So how was the community feedback? Did people seem pretty excited? I myself saw Santa come down my street in his Mustang with the top down, right?
Yes, Santa had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Mustang, so he was very excited to be able to drive that. And the people were so thankful, and we got lots of thank yous when we were on the route on both nights. We got lots of thank yous on Facebook. We got email thank yous. So the overall majority of the people said thank you for what you were doing. They knew that we were trying to do something special for the kids and the citizens, and it was a really positive and festive event this year.
Well, since it did go off pretty much without a hitch, is there any plans for next year? Do you guys plan on kind of doing the same thing, or are you going to play it by ear?
I think we're going to have a discussion about it and see what we can do in the future, because it was a success. We still have our normal Santa Expresses where Santa goes to the kids' houses, and then we have our Christmas parade also during December. So we're just going to have to talk about it and see what we can do.
Overall, what were some of the reactions? Because I'm sure you saw a lot of children, a lot of families that came and stood by and watched Santa drive by.
It was so much fun to see the streets of people that came together. We had one street in Hampton Ridge that had their fire pits going in the front yard, and people were outside waiting for Santa to come by. We had kids who were so excited to see the mayor. They're like, it's the mayor. And we had a couple of elderly citizens who were so excited to see the parade as well. We had one man who was in a wheelchair, and he was so excited he almost came out of the wheelchair. He was just smiling from ear to ear, and it was just so special to see those good reactions for people who may have been, homebound for several months. We are really happy with the way that this event turned out this year. I don't think it could have been any better. There are things that we would obviously change for the future, but overall this was a very special event for the city in a time that we just needed some joy spread.
WBON-TV was honored to work with Richmond Parks and Rec for this different Santa Express event that went off well and brought holiday cheer to many on the east and west sides of Richmond. For Channel 9 News, I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks, Marissa, and thanks, Aaron Moore and the staff at Richmond Parks and Rec for everything they were able to do for us to help spread a little Christmas cheer as we head into the holiday season. The Madison County Sheriff's Office reports responding to a call in reference to a wanted person. Michael Taylor, 46 years of age, from Richmond, was reportedly inside a residence on Sycamore Drive. After repeated requests by deputies for Taylor to surrender, he failed to do so. Deputies report releasing the Madison County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit, but prior to the release, Taylor surrendered himself without incident. Michael Taylor was arrested on 2 active warrants for probation violation, a felony offense. He received additional charges for possession of a controlled substance first degree, first offense, and possession of drug paraphernalia, and he was lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. It's now time for our second commercial break. When we come back, Mike Holcomb was hired as the head coach of the Madison Central football program. We'll look back at yesterday's press conference and give you some details of the legendary coaching career for Holcomb when we come back on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON-TV Channel 9.
Davison Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davison Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davison Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisonpowellfuneralhome.com. Davison Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with 2 Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
The Habitat Restores of Clark and Madison County are back open and accepting donations at both locations. The donations help to build homes for someone in need in your community. If you'd like to schedule a pickup, just contact the store closest to you. Donate, shop, or volunteer with the Habitat for Humanity of Clark and Madison County.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions.
Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small two-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond. We're back on your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote, WBON TV, Channel 9. We're brought to you by Holland Sons Auto Care, Ace Hardware Berea, and Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue. Great Mexican restaurant downtown here. Yesterday, Madison Central's football program made a big splash, hiring Mike Holcomb as the new head coach. Holcomb's had a great tenure, a great historic career at his time as the head coach at Breathitt County, also spending some time as a head coach at Letcher County Central. More recently, he has been an assistant coach and kind of being a mentor to Kyle Moore, who played quarterback for Holcomb at Breathitt County, who is now the head coach at Breathitt County. And yesterday, again, Holcomb accepting the position of head coach of the Madison Central football program.
Through this process, I talked to a lot of people. I talked to college coaches, high school coaches, retired coaches, anybody that would listen to me that I thought could give me good advice. I really wanted to have the right person for this job that can take this program to hopefully heights we've never been. So I'm very excited today. As I got to talk to Coach, I was so excited after talking to him. His energy, his competitive spirit, his knowledge of the game really set it apart for me. And I took his phone before we come up here because it rings a lot. And most of the time when the phone rang, it was his former players. And that meant a lot to me when I was looking for a coach because those people still reach out to him. He's known as coach. And they reach out to him and still seek advice and guidance from him. And that really meant a lot to me. Excited about what's going to take place with our football program and with our student athletes. And I'm very excited to announce the new football coach, Mr. Mike Oakley.
I've had a lifetime sort of a little affiliation to this program since I started doing some volunteer coaching here when I was in college, and I had a lot of friends left in Richmond, had family in Richmond, and just always had a little bit of touch about Madison Central in my blood. So when this opportunity came, the job became open. You know, I was fortunate enough to I had my interest and they had their interest, so it's really worked out good for me, and I'm excited to be the new coach here.
Holcomb was asked about almost being the head coach at Madison Central once before and about potentially seeing some of his former players who have gone on to be head coaches on the schedule.
Well, Debbie's had to take the blame for a lot of things in my life, and things just wasn't, it just didn't work out at that time. That's about all I can say, you know. And, we moved, that's been a while ago, so it's a different time, and everything's a little different now. Well, you know, we're looking at our schedule right now. Mr. Cooksey has worked on it some, and Mr. Frisk, you know, people have contacted him. So I'm not sure about that. We, Justin Haddix is at Boyle, and Kyle Moore's at there at Breathitt, and I tell you, we're just pretty close. It's really not a good thing to play. We share a lot of ideas amongst each other. At one time, we all did play, and it was like we was always watching what we were saying to each other. And so now we can throw ideas around a lot, and we'll probably just leave that at that.
Holcomb led the Bobcats to 42 straight wins from 1995 to 1997. The mark sits tied for fourth in KHSA history for most consecutive wins. He also won 3 state titles at Breathitt County in 1995, 96, and 2002.
His resume, it is second to none. There's not a better resume out there. But what was so exciting was he's still hungry. He still wants to have a positive influence on kids in our school and hopefully take them to places they didn't know was possible.
For WBON TV, Channel 9, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thank you, and appreciate that story. And congratulations to Mike Holcomb as he gets back into the coaching ranks. And Madison Central, again, making a big splash with that hire. Project Warm Feet help the disadvantaged this Christmas by donating new prepackaged socks for men's, women's, and children's socks are needed, and they prefer a warmer athletic type sock. The project runs from Tuesday, December 1st through Monday, December 30th or 21st. So Monday will be the last day to get those turned in. They ask that you bring your generous donation to the Battle of Richmond Visitors Center at 101 Battlefield Memorial Highway in Richmond between the hours of Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. through 4:30 p.m. Thanks for being with us, folks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday, same time and same place at 3 p.m. for your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.